Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and welcome to the Premier League preview for this weekend, this frantic weekend, New Year's Day week on Forest Fan TV. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get into it and let's bring on our usual panelists. What is up, boys? How are you doing? And welcome to the Predictor stream.
No, I'm not going to.
Don't start. Don't start. I'm still raw.
Can we start with the recap of that Man U game and what we said? Twist, what did you put?
All right, get it off your chest, Nick. Get it off your chest. You got 2 minutes.
What did I say before the game? This was probably the most comfortable I felt going into a match in the last 10 years, I'd say, for a Man U game. It was the most obvious result you could have. Look, Man U didn't even have to get out of second gear to win this game. It went as predicted. Comfortable win. We get it.
All right, I can't listen to any more of that shit. Anyway, how are you guys doing in the stream? Hope you're well. Welcome to the Predictor League. If you haven't already, please join in. You quite finished, Nick?
I got a little bit more to say, but
all right, I'll keep talking to yourself then. Anyway, if you haven't, the link's in the stream somewhere, I'm sure. And we're going to have a quick recap on last week's games. We're going to go into this weekend's games. And don't forget tonight, it's Forest Fan TV versus Chelsea Fan TV. We got Charlie coming on. And we're going to be talking about the big game on Sunday, Forest versus Chelsea. So make sure you're tuned in at 8:30 for that. It's going to be called The Showdown, and we're really going to be firing some bullets right at the Chelsea boys, and let's see if they can take it. And then let's hope Forest can back up what we have to say tonight. All right, let's bring him back in. You done?
Am I here to stay?
Oh, it depends. Are you finished?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I want Forest to stay up, man. I'm not against Forest here. I'm just saying this was the exact same performance you've seen in every away game you have played this year, man. Exact same thing. You score one goal, you concede one goal, you instantly concede another, and then you just go in freaking autopilot. Like you're not interested in getting back into the game. We were playing 3 out of our back 4 were not first team choice or playing in their preferred position.
Oh, sorry, I can't listen to that anymore. Anyway, how you boys doing? Brinley, good to see you. Hope you're well. Simon, you'll shut him up, won't you? Twist, man, we're crap, which is insane considering how much money you have spent. Let's bring him in. Respond to that, Nick.
What? Well, I was trying to be nice there and you cut me off.
By telling me and reminding me about how shit our away form is, you consider that nice. Okay.
I'm just fair enough. You've had these issues the whole season. It was nothing new. You didn't see anything new at the Old Trafford that made you think that things are going to change. So,
I mean, I hate to say it. You're right. Go on, Mo. From a neutral.
If Man U were crap, according to Simon, then what were Forest? I mean, come on, seriously. It deluded.
There's ways to lose games like this. These lower teams going to the big teams, there's ways to lose. Fulham have shown it this season. You can go there and put up a fight and you keep that momentum. Even though you lose a game, you can keep a momentum and a spirit and a confidence. But Forest are not going to gain anything from that performance. And I think it still comes back down to the manager's fault. So, and he can keep saying, yeah, well, it's a big game. We'll move on to the next one. It's not these kind of games that we need to win. But you're going to run out of games eventually, and you can't constantly rely on your home form. And it gets to a point where you just run out of games.
All right, let me ask you both a question as non-Forest fans. Yeah. Would you, all right, Nick, would you have been more or less confident if Steve Cooper was in the dugout when we played you or someone else?
Oh, 100%. I would have been less confident if there was a different manager there. Because he's been making.
So you're putting this on Cooper as an external. I'm just interested.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like I said, your away performance has been exactly the same pretty much all season. You scored 1, 2 goals. You're not going into these games with the right setup, the right attitude. And I keep comparing you to Fulham, but it's a similar situation. They've come up and they're playing their style of way. They know how they want to play. They've got the setup they want, plays in the position they want to play. And I just feel like Cooper's not doing that.
Look, you got to give me one thing right. Martin's right. I think he's talking about me. Martin, give me a thumbs up if you are. I've never said Forest are the greatest team in the world. I am probably, and this channel is the most neutral when it comes to being objective about the analysis of how Forest are playing. But I am still gonna big Forest up pre-game. I'm gonna give it the big dick talk every single pre-game, yeah, because I have to, man. It's like I was on the podcast. If you haven't already listened to episode 5 of the Grumpy Old Reds, please don't forget to listen to it later on. But I went on there, and it was the first time this season where I just feel like I don't know. I'm in the I don't know stage now, you know, and it's just like I'm feeling better today than I was yesterday, and definitely better than I was the day before. But we can't just rely on home form. Guys in the chat, yes or no? Can we survive on home form or loan? Or are we going to have to pick up some points? While that you guys are answering, simple as. Sitting on the fence here as a neutral from both parties. Yeah, how did you see the game?
Listen, yeah, at the end of the day, your relegation battle was not going to be determined by a win against Man U or a loss, but it was more...
I hate that line. I hate that line.
Wait. But it was just more about the attitude and the way that you lost. It was like, one goal, it's all over. And then Steve Cooper, I'm sorry. Listen, I don't know. To play Awoni left, what was he, left wing at one point? I mean, the guy's a central striker. Listen, and people are saying, oh, poor Cooper, you know, he's been put in this position. He's been first time in the Premier League. Look, this is such a small club mentality to have. I mean, Nottingham Forest is supposed to be a big club. As far as I'm aware, they were a big club. They've come in there, they've spent some money. He's been backed more than Conte. I mean, and that's saying something.
Yeah, but you started on a better baseline than Forest did.
Started on a better baseline, that's true. But I mean, you're coming in there, and I'd say you've got to look at the teams in and around you, and you started on a better baseline than them, but it seems like they're pushing ahead at the moment. And for me, Steve Cooper, I mean, maybe you want to talk about it later, but yeah, Man U, Chelsea, you got next. Okay, again, I mean, you guys sound like you've already accepted defeat already on that one. If he loses to Southampton...
No, we haven't. Not at the City ground, man.
If he loses to Southampton, you've got to get rid of him. Right now, I'm telling you, the stats don't lie. The new manager bounce is a real thing. You need to change something up. You've got the players. You can't tell me that, we need to keep signing. We need a goal scorer. Awoni scored loads of goals in Germany. Dennis is a good player. MG Dub is a really good camp. What's going on? Like, it's obviously something rotten inside. It's something that the manager is not motivating them, as far as I'm concerned. He's in too deep. I think you need a new one, from my perspective. Otherwise, you could. I mean, there was teams like West Brom, Sheffield United a couple of seasons ago that left it too late, and Forest are getting within that vicinity now. It's getting dangerous. Southampton is the red line for me.
I mean, the guys in the chat are not agreeing with you. Martin's saying, no, true, been out of the Premier League 23 years. Horse gas don't know Forest's true situation. We got Tay later in here. Come on, you Blues. Come on, you Blues. He's a Chelsea fan. Make sure you're around. We got Chelsea Fan TV tonight at 8:30, mate. So make sure you're around for that stream as well. Give him UFO 1. Yeah, your light is just like blazing over your head, man. It's quite weird. Don't get ahead of yourselves, mate. Seriously, don't get ahead of yourself. But yeah, anyway. All right, let's get into the Predictor League. Let's see what we've got going on. I don't really want to go over last week's results. We all know what they were.
Twist, what did you go for the Man U score out of interest?
I know my club, man. I went a solid 3-0. Got the 3 points back.
So did I. It's nearly like that was a realistic prediction.
I think just before we start on this, Wake Up is raising a point here. It's clear they've got no confidence in Cooper anymore.
Exactly.
Do you think I don't think they don't have. I don't think he's lost the dressing room at all. I mean, it was Man U at the end of the day, right? But
small club.
Is there a lack of listening? Do you think from the players to the management?
I I think it's getting to the point where it becomes a lack of belief in the way the manager's setting things up. I feel like they don't. Look, these ain't bad players. Like Mo said, they're not bad players. These are good players. You spent a lot of money on these players, and with the right person at the helm, there's a lot more these players can offer. Now, whether they don't, I don't think he's lost the dressing room. I think you're right on that. I think it just comes down to a fact that the results have been so bad away from home, and something needs to change. And at the end of the day, the book always falls on the manager.
Yeah, and I think Simon here makes a great point. Problem is the entire fan base are completely blinded by loyalty to Cooper, and that's why I love doing this stream and bringing you two on, who have no affiliation at all to Forest. And it's important that the Forest fans, at the very least, hear this and hear the outside perspective and hear how opposition fans feel when they see Nottingham Forest in that versus column for them that coming week. And, you know, the question still stands. Are you Cooper first or are you Forest first?
Exactly. Like you say, you haven't been in the Premier League for 23 years. This is your one chance. Do you want to just blow it, or do you want to take every opportunity you can? Do you want to stay in the Premier League? You've got to think this might not come again. If you go down next year, then you might not be back again for another 23 years. You've got to do everything you can this season, right here, right now, to make yourself stay in the Premier League.
Is Marinakis really going to commit to another, bucket load of money? From his perspective, if you go down, it's a waste of money. Why would he commit again?
I don't know. Look, the thing is, the time is the issue right now. Like, all the Forest fan base are like, yeah, let's see what happens. The team will gel by the World Cup break, this, that, and the other. And then what's going to happen, post World Cup? We're meant to come back gelled. I wasn't impressed with the preseason. I'm not gonna, the mid-preseason season. And it did worry me. I think whatever happens, the real questions need to be asked after Southampton. I think this Man U and Chelsea game, you could put Pep in charge tomorrow, and it's not going to change much. It's the Southampton game, because that's gonna tackle two questions: can we improve away from home, and what are we going to do with those teams that are around us? That for me is the big one. We've got loads here. Nick saying, we will improve away. We've played 6 out of the top 8 so far. Yeah, there's fours and there is against it. Si's saying, where's Si's comments? Says, doesn't help when influential people like Darren Fletcher and Gary Birtles big up Cooper and is loyal to him no matter what. They need to be more objective in the way they discuss things. The problem is, if you do what I'm saying now and you become objective, people turn away, and I don't care about that. I just care about my club, and I want to talk about it objectively. Ant's asking you two a question. Would you have a realistic alternative to Cooper?
Oh, this is what everyone always says. This is the defense of not getting rid of a manager. There's always someone. Look at Aston Villa. Look what they got rid of. Gerrard. They bring in Emery. Are you going to tell me that? At the time, people were saying the same thing about Gerrard. Oh, we can't get rid of him. We've got no one else. I'd much rather have Unai Emery. You'll find someone. There's always someone.
There is always
Nick?
someone. If you want to put a name out there, what's Rafa doing these days? Rafa's got experience in the Premier League. He knows how to.
What's Poch doing? Why can't he bring him?
If you want aspirations, probably Poch is too big, but you just never know. You make the call at least. There is managers out there, like Mo said, it doesn't have to be the biggest of names. Like we said, the new manager boost is not just something we make up just to talk about. It is an actual true thing. Someone comes in, fresh thoughts. He's got a big team there at Forest, a big squad to work with, a lot of different players. He could play a completely different system to what they're playing now, and it could work. So you've got to think, it doesn't matter who it is, but the change in the top role is always the key thing. So,
well, Omar's saying, I hate to say it, but I agree with the simple one.
I can.
Spacebar, good to have you here as always, buddy. Southampton have run out the white flag already. If I'm telling you now, the Chelsea game, I think we can win at the City Ground. Do I know we'll win? No. It's the Southampton one for me. A lot is riding on this Southampton. They're shit, man. If we can't beat Southampton, then I'm sorry. Then real. That's where I'll be stepping up my anger. Put it that way. Our resident Chelsea fan says, if Nottingham Forest beat Chelsea, they can climb up to 14th or 15th. That is true. And that's the flip side. But that's what's fun about being a fan. You can feel so depressed after Man U, or should I say Manchester United, fluke the win midweek. And if we go and beat Chelsea, I'll be over the moon. You know, the world will be rosy again. But that's football. That's football. Martin's saying he's knitted 23 players together in a short time and done very well. They are still playing for the badge. I disagree with that. He hasn't knitted them together. I'm sorry. They looked like a bunch of individuals against Manchester United. There was a little bit of cohesion pre-World Cup, but we weren't playing attractive football. I'm sorry. Nowhere near. But
headless chickens from the.
There's no cohesion on the pitch. There's no cohesion. He does make some weird selections sometimes. Yeah, I mean, Awoni, that one is still crazy. It's not a defense, it's a fucking question. Okay, they answered it, mate. Chill. Spacebar says Rafa will make you harder to beat, but it won't be pretty. Who are these clowns? Very good question. Matt saying no way to Rafa. No way to Rafa. Rad's dad, good to see you in here. We will beat Chelsea and Southampton. I'm almost like we have to beat them. Well, I don't know about Chelsea. A draw against Chelsea and a win against Southampton, I think will do us the world of good. Matt saying Poch maybe if he steps down to the bottom of the division. Wake up saying it's not about losing, it's the way we do. That is such like hitting the nail on their heads, man, because it's the way we lose. Because Nick was going on about it. It's just the first goal went in, and at that stage, Nick, surely you were thinking game over.
Oh yeah, and then like the classic that you've been going on about all season, the buy one you get one free. Instantly we get a counter attack, poor marking on Martial, and obviously individual error by the keeper, and it goes in 2-0, and that's pretty much game over. Like it says, Forest just going to autopilot, like they're just not interested in trying to get back in the game. Look, Old Trafford is not the fortress it used to be. Smaller clubs have come to Old Trafford and got results by playing organized, playing a specific style of play, and then exploiting our errors, our issues. But Forest didn't even look like, if you'd have got a goal, say, early in the second half, our fans would have been a bit nervous. Our players would have been a bit nervous. We had Luke Shaw at centre-back. We had reserve fullbacks in. You could have pushed on and maybe sneaked a 2-2 draw in the end if it got to 2-1. But you didn't even look like you're just trying in the second half. Second half was just a bore, really. We had a few more chances. We could have scored a few more. But you didn't really try to do anything different. You didn't try to put pressure on Shaw, get Awoni around him, get crosses in, do anything. He just kind of just gave up.
That's not quite true. I mean, he brought O'Brien on his camp. So that was
yeah. Yeah, Ian's saying if Cooper is replaced, we just re-enter the pointless and disheartening treadmill of the last quarter of a century. I get exactly what you're saying, mate, but sometimes you're gonna have to make a choice. Look, the difference between go on.
I was gonna say
Go, you go. The difference between the last quarter of a century and now is we're a Premier League club. Different names get attached to Premier League clubs as managers than than you would get at a championship level. That's just one point. Look, what was important is that I wanted to do this stream I didn't want to do this stream today. I've not been looking forward to this all week since the game. But it is really important that we look at the perspective and get a broader non-Forest goggled vision of what the rest of the Premier League is saying about us. Whether we like it or lump it, everyone is predicting Forest not just to go down, but finish bottom. So there are questions that need to be debated and serious conversations need to happen. And look, on FFTV, this isn't pro-Cooper or anti-Cooper. We're giving you both sides of the equation. If you were in for the locker room on Monday, there was a lot of pro-Cooper talk. But we got to keep the equation balanced and make sure that all sides are being covered. Otherwise, we may as well just sit here and like some people just do that. Yeah, let's have a proper conversation. So let's run through these comments. And I do want to get into the actual Predictor League. Brittany's saying we aren't far behind these other teams at all. I don't think a win at Chelsea is that unrealistic. We play so well at home. It can all change. It can all change. Matt saying Man U was ugly to watch. Can't take simple one serious. He still believes in Conte. Awoni at left wing is crazy, says Brinley. Spacebar saying playing as wide open as you are and no cohesion between the centre backs is a concern. The centre backs full stop is a concern. Southampton game will be like we played Luton away last season. Man, that goal that didn't stand. I mean, that shows you the level of incompetence of championship refereeing. That's a whole other debate. Played well against Brentford, Tottenham, and Palace pre-World Cup, says Martin. Yeah, we did. The World Cup came at a wrong point. And Taylor says, to be fair, as a Chelsea fan, we are away and City Ground is a hard place to go. We saw Liverpool struggling. I mean, we're going to get into that tonight, mate, with Chelsea Fan TV, because Chelsea are coming in not great form. They haven't been that great all season. We have a shot at this game. We really do. Awani, I looked good, then I was taken. Awani looked good, sorry, and then was taken off. Forest Dan said, twist, your fans may not have been nervous, but they were silent.
It's raining. Come on, be fair. It's raining.
Classic small club mentality of. I keep hearing this, by the way, of the fans are excellent. The fans are excellent. You can have the fans being louder all day. As long as I win, I don't care. Look at the Man City fans. Man City fans are silent, but they're winning championships and everything. So what would you
imagine putting those two hands together, man?
Yeah,
our fan base.
Ideal, but I know which one I'd choose if I could only have one.
Anyway, all right, let's do the last couple of comments. Keep the comments coming in. We'll come on to them, but I really do have to get into this predictor stream. Matt says, I think we played nervous because Cooper transmitted his nerves to the team. Playing at this level is new to him, but for a lot of our squad, this level is not new. Premier League football might be. And then Martin says, read out last 5 results, and these thoughts are pretty much all relegated to Man U games. All related, to Man U games. They're not. I mean, listen back to what I said about the Crystal Palace game. It's not. There's patterns. Look at the last 5 away results, man. Yeah, if you want to look at results. Don't just look at the ones that you like, because you're adding in there 2 cup matches, and one of them was against Blackburn. Anyway, okay, let's get into this. But before we do, let's just give Simple As a quick reminder. 61 years since they won the league. Big club. All right, let's jump into the Predictor League. Guys, get your predictions in. Let's start with the first game. That is tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what a game to start with. Not West Ham against Brentford. I mean, again, you're looking at clubs that are not in great form, man. West Ham, what's that? 4 L's in a row.
Yeah.
Brentford, they got that fluke against Man City, wasn't it? And then they drew. I don't know how they drew with you. You were atrocious, man. You were atrocious. And you got lucky against Brentford. Quick summary on this game, Simple As, because you've had the nearest experience of Brentford. Which way do you see this one going?
Yeah, to be honest, Brentford played some good football against Spurs. They're quite scary. They've been good in recent times. West Ham, obviously, clearly not so much. But I do feel like West Ham, they're not the worst team in the league. I don't think they'll get relegated. I think they can put up a fight. They're at home. I think they might nick a point.
Yeah, all I'm seeing on this is a Jewett win for the home team. 4 L's. Brentford are a bit hit and miss. You never know what you're going to get. West Ham, I feel like Paquete is going to come into his own soon. He's going to come up with a goal or assist, something special. So, yeah, I'm going to bank on a home win with a Jew win to add in there. Jewett win.
I feel it's a West Ham or a draw. I can't see Brentford winning this one. I'm going 2-1. 2-1. Right, I really have to fire through these. We'll pick out some results at the end, but we got so much content coming out. We're trying to pile it all in together. Leicester against Liverpool, against Leicester. A Liverpool back.
Yeah, maybe.
Start you.
Yeah, I think it's worrying me that they've bought in Gakpo. I mean, they've trumped us on that one. They've added.
Yeah, congratulations on Gakpo, mate. Oh wait, hold on, you didn't get him.
He's going to be crap now.
Hold on, weren't you going to pay 60 million for him?
It's a joke. It is a joke, but obviously we need a striker. He would have worked nicely. Liverpool don't really need a striker, and yet they've got him somehow for cheaper than what we was getting quoted. So that's how things work at Man U. But as for Liverpool being back, they look like they're on that road back. They played really well against Villa, I thought. Even though it was a good game to watch, that game. It was so open. I mean, Villa had plenty of chances. Nunes had, 6, 7 chances? I mean, I mentioned that referring to him as the next Andy Cole, but I'm hesitant in doing that because obviously Andy Cole is a good player, but Nunes, he just doesn't have that clinical finish at the moment. But if he adds that to his game, then he is going to be scary. because he missed.
Is
at
he
least
Andy Carroll? Is he Andy
No,
Carroll V2?
No. He's not an Andy Carroll. He's got a lot more to his game than Andy Carroll. He's getting in these positions. People always say, "Oh, you got to get in the positions to score these chances. If you're not missing them, that'll come down the line." But he's also got a lot more pace than Nunes. He's got than Carroll. I think he's got way more to his game. And I am worried that if he does start finishing these chances, he's going to go on to be the player that a lot of people thought he was at the start of the season. So I feel like this game, I mean, this surely should be a banker. Leicester looked terrible against Newcastle at home. And I feel like this could be the game where Nunes actually scores a few, maybe even a hat-trick.
Mo, Liverpool back?
Yeah.
By the way, Spacebar's bigging up Andy Cole as well. I bet that transfer hurt him. But anyway, go on, Mo.
I don't think they're back, but I think, because they're playing the same team that they were playing before, but now with Gakpo coming in, it adds another element. Darwin, as we're saying, everyone's saying he's not being clinical at the moment, but he is getting a bunch of assists. He has got a lot of pace, and he can get down that wing and even lay it off for Salah and whatnot. So, but this is going to be an easy win, especially at the Kop end and everything. Nah, too much.
I agree. This is going to be a 3-1 to Liverpool.
3-1. You're giving them a goal. Interesting.
I'm giving them a goal. I just think every now and again the odd Maddison moment of flair sorts them out. I can't believe this one. Wolves Man U. I can't believe I want Man U to win. Note the date, note the time, note the hour.
Down, man. What the hell?
In 21 years of my time on this planet, yes, 21. You heard me right.
A draw. You're not even like settling for a draw. You want us to win.
I'm just like, I need the others to fuck up around us. I'm at that stage now. I'm at that stage. Before we give you your floor space, Nick, Wolverine, will you ask Twiston the simple one to stop making taught out sensible predictions? It's not fair on idiots like me.
Where is Ant in the league? Where's he floating?
We'll grab the league in a second. Yeah, we all know why you want to look at the league, but anyway, go on, Nick. Have your 30-second soapbox.
Wolves got a late winner against Everton, so they're coming off a bit of a good win there, good bounce.
But they look shit, man. Both of those teams look shit.
I feel like they've got good players though, but yeah, I'm confident on this game. It should be comfortable. I can't see too many goals. Wolves don't concede too many. We're struggling to really score too many at the moment with our non-striking options. But I feel like it'd be comfortable. I'm going to go with 2-0.
That's exactly what I went with as well. Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, crap. Madison's injured. Why did I give him a goal? Steve, why didn't you say that earlier, man?
Yeah.
I'll give him a goal. Sorry, Mo, go on.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I mean, I know you said they look bad against Everton, but I think they look better than they have in previous matches.
But that was the new manager rule. That's
what I'm saying. With the new manager, maybe he could tighten it up a bit, but it's just going to... Man U are on a little bit of form at the moment. I can't see Wolves getting anything, not even a goal here. I went 2-0 as well.
Nick, you've obviously triggered Martin. Last 5 away for Man U. Man U lost, Arsenal... Oh, no, this is Forest. Okay, Man U lost, Arsenal lost, Brighton draw, Wolves lost, robbed, Villa draw. Well, Villa was at home for a start. And Leicester lost. Apart from Wolves, really expect different. Wait, Martin is a Forest fan, isn't he? But anyway, Villa was at the City Ground, mate. It wasn't away. But yeah, that's 1 point from the last 5 away games. Not good enough. Anyway, you're saying a win. I'm saying a win. Wolves just... I can't even press it.
Have you done this all season in this prediction?
I've never, ever in 21 years of being alive on this planet have ever put Man U down to win a match. But at this stage of the season, I fucking need it. Oh, I did it. Oh, I feel so dirty, man. Oh, it feels... Maybe me putting Man U to win is going to screw you up.
Oh, my God.
You need them in bad form as well. Don't you have them? Is it the 11th? I think you got them on the 11th, don't you?
Yeah, that's in the cup. The cup. Okay. Boring mouth and crystal shitters. Nick.
This doesn't look like a very interesting game. I mean, from a Forest perspective, you want Palace, commit to Palace not being in the relegation fight and get Bournemouth going.
Palace is still in it. They're on 19 points. We're on 13. They're not a million miles off us.
But you just have that thing in your back of your head that you always think Palace are going to get out of trouble. They've got a good enough quality, a good manager, good players. you really want to be banking on Bournemouth being in and around you. So look at Bournemouth now, though. That's the kind of form that I want to see from Bournemouth. Look at them L's starting to stack up now.
It's looking nice, I gotta say. It really does look nice. We called it, and finally we're right about something.
Yeah, get them down in the Championship ASAP. So, but for this game, I might have to go score draw. I might go 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. What are you saying,
No.
bro?
I've gone.
What are you guys in the crowd in the chat saying? What have you gone for boring mouth against Crystal Palace? Let me know your score predictions in there. Go on, man.
I've gone for a Palace win here. I think their team is just too strong. The squad is too strong. Vieira, I like Vieira as a manager. I didn't like him as a player, obviously, but I think he's keeping them in neat shape. Yeah, Bournemouth have just not been looking good recently, so I've got to go with Palace.
There's quite a few board draws coming in here. Board draw. Martin's gone 1-0 to Palace. I think this could be a 0-0. I think it could be a 0-0. But I don't want it to be a 0-0. I want Boring Mouth to lose. I'm just going to go 1-0 Palace.
The thing is that
I think Bournemouth finished bottom. I really do. I think they finished bottom of the league. And then someone needs to bulldoze their stadium. Look at that capacity, man. 11,700. I could fit more people in my house.
It's so embarrassing. That's a Premier League.
So bad. Yeah, so I think everyone in the chat's gone for a draw apart from Martin there. We'll look at the scores in a second. And then let's just jump on to the Fulham Southampton. And Southampton are absolutely shocking, man. Guys in the chat, Fulham Southampton, get your score predictions in here. I think if we do the score predictions in the chat, it just keeps the flow of the stream going a lot better. And he's gone 1-0 to Palace on that Bournemouth Palace match. Mo.
Yeah, I mean, Palace. Yeah, okay, so Fulham beat Palace, right? But I think they got those bunch of red cards in that match, which definitely didn't help. It changed the flow of the game. So Fulham have been going off the kilter a little bit, but look at the losses: Man U, Man City. So for me, got to be Fulham on this one, considering Southampton's form as well.
I fucking hate Fulham, man. And I hate that I think they're actually playing good football. Do you see Southampton have a chance here, Nick?
Not really. I mean, who did Fulham play? I can't remember their last game. Oh, it was Crystal Palace. They won 3-0.
It was
Palace.
Yeah,
and they look good. Yeah, but they still look decent.
Mitrovic didn't play in that game. I think
No,
he did. He scored, man. He scored.
Okay.
The third one, that loopy header one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay, so this has got to be a home banker, surely. Southampton, like you said, they're on that 4 in a row loss. They have got the new manager, but they haven't had the boost, which counteracts a lot of things we've been saying.
Yeah, but he's crap. I mean, I'll let Simon in the chat share his opinions.
Is he the Luton manager?
Here's the ex-Luton manager, Nathan. What's his name? Nathan Jones or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh no, he shares the same surname as Simon. No wonder he hates him. But they haven't had that bounce, have they?
They haven't had that bounce yet. I mean, from your perspective, you need them to keep on them L's all the way.
Yeah.
As well. So you don't really want them getting anything out of this game.
Good point.
You want a good win for Fulham, but I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 Fulham win.
2-1. I think it's going to be wider than that. I think Southampton look atrocious. I'm going to go. They all seem to squeeze one goal in. I'm going to go 3-1 South of Fulham. And then I would like as well a couple of broken legs from Southampton. Again, I ain't going to be politically correct. All this crap you always hear, oh, you never want players injured. No, I fucking want them injured. I want them injured. I want them out. I'd like Ward-Prowse to break his leg for a week. That would be nice because that's the only player they have. But I'm going 3-1 to Fulham for me on this one. What are the guys in the chat saying? Bobby's gone 4-0. Simon's saying, I just don't get how he robbed Cooper of manager of the season last year. Yeah, that is true. No way would I have taken Che Adams, man. He's crap.
Yeah, so terrible.
Yeah. Not yet, Dan. We're coming on to that. Nah, I've never rated Che Adams. I mean, even his special card on FIFA was crap. What's Andy saying? Andy's saying bad when we hoping lower teams around us lose. Yes, please. Yeah, it is what it is, but we're at that stage. I don't know. I'm feeling that depression level building up as we're getting further down this list. All right, it's simple as Man City, Everton.
Haaland going with Ham. They're just going to smash him. simple win. I'm going 3. It probably will be more, but I don't want to risk it.
We're talking about managers on the chopping block. We're talking about Cooper early on, but Lampard's got to be right up there with him. I mean, look at that. I mean, is that 5 losses in the last 7 games?
They can't sack him after this, though, can they? Otherwise, you'd sack him today.
They don't usually. I mean, I don't know what their fixtures are looking like, but they need to turn this form around big time. 5 losses out of the last 7.
Is he gone? Is he gone if they lose to Man City? I know it sounds harsh, but this is the Premier League. Is he gone?
Like Mo said, Man City, you don't really see that many sackings after an away trip to the champions and top of the league. But based on their form and the way they're playing, I mean, if they can't get a result at home against Wolves, it's not going to be long before they make the switch.
I tell you, they've got Brighton after this at home. If they lose that, then they're in big trouble, surely.
I don't think he survives Man City. I think I've got a few Everton mates who are turned fully on him, man.
I mean, from a Forest point of view, you want to just stay in there as long as possible.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Even Man U, you've got them in the FA Cup right after.
Ooh, new manager bounce against Man U. That'd be hilarious. I've just got to ask, sorry to interrupt you boys, but Joshua, and this is a genuine question, and I'm not calling you out specifically. Yeah. But can you, if you wouldn't mind putting in the chat and answering me this one question. When the fuck have you ever in your life spelt the word forest with 2 R's? If you could explain that one to me. And I'm genuinely not calling you out as aggressive as that sounded, yeah? But it's because I see this a lot. And I don't know if people are doing it to troll Forest, because it just makes them look stupid. But genuine question, yeah? When? The only time I can think of ever seeing the word like that is was that ex-Celtic player? Well, he was called Forrest. I think he had a double R. Yeah, was he that famous that he out-trumps the normal word of a spelling of a fucking tree? But anyway, I would love to know the answer on that one.
Thank you.
To be honest, I think that's really disrespectful to Notts Forest. It's really disrespectful.
You gonna go down that road?
What?
Shut up. Anyway, I think Man U smash them, and I think they go to town. I'm going 5-0.
5.
Big smash and grab. He hasn't answered yet. No, well. The state of the country's education system, isn't it? It's just weird. It's just weird. Okay. That's it. It was Forrester, yeah. It's like that's the only place I can think they would have got it from. I just don't understand it. I see it so many times in the comments. And speaking of comments, guys, please, we're like 10 subs away from 7K. If you're not subscribed already, please do. And please hit the like on the video as well. All right, for Spacebar. Speaking of Spacebar, here are his boys. His boys are getting annoying. I have nothing but respect for Newcastle right now. I love how they're pissing Man U off.
It's more than just Man U off at the moment, man. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, they're all these fans are annoyed at what Newcastle are doing, because they're doing it.
I'm not.
With everyone thinking in the back of the head, they've still got the money. They've still got this money to spend. They've not even spent the money, and they're doing this. How are they doing this? And they're doing it with players that people have scrapped off. People have binned off. Joel Linton, Willock,
Almiron.
It's on the Almiron, exactly, turns into a worldie. So they're doing it with the players that they haven't even brought in for big money. I mean, St. Maximus can't even get in the team at the moment. Isaac's out injured or whatever. So I need this run to end. I need this line of W's to stop. And I cannot see it at home to Leeds, though. That's the problem.
No chance. And I want to ask you guys about it. It's crazy how Simon's in the same frame of mind as me. Chris Wood. Put your fake Forest hats on for a second, you two, yeah? Would he be good for Forest? And Spacebar, I'd be interested in your opinion on him as our resident Newcastle expert. And you Forest fans, give us a yes or no. In fact, let's go a step further. Let's do a quick poll on this. Because this name, someone mentioned it to me the other day, and I thought, fuck no, ex-Millwall, all this crap. And I'm like, no. And then I think about it, and then I think,
what?
he's not getting the game. And Spacebar, is he available?
What do you mean he's
I
not
don't
getting a
think
game? He
he's-
just scored. He just scored a penalty in the last match.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Isaac
starting every
coming
game.
back. Isaac coming back, you know?
He's not
They've
going
got no
anywhere. Why
reason
would
to
he
sell.
go from Newcastle?
Yeah, why do they need to sell, man, at the end of the day?
Because he may want game time. He want game time. I put it into the chat. This. I would never go for this style of player. Yeah. But something Ez and Ant was saying the other day was about a Giroud style player who can hold the ball up and get people in around him. And he can kind of do that. I love this.
Is he just a better Owoni?
He's just Lurch, isn't he? He's huge. He's huge.
He's just a more experienced Owoni, isn't he? Basically, he's been there, done it for a long. He's like 30 plus, isn't he? He's not that young.
31, yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about style of play, yeah. I mean, realistically, I don't think you're going to get him because he's getting a lot of game time at the moment. Isaac doesn't seem to be fit that often. So, but if you're talking about style of player,
yeah, but then they've still got Wilson, haven't they?
They've got Wilson.
I'm just saying he's technically in the pecking order, third at Newcastle.
No, man, these guys are gonna, they're going to be playing in Europe, maybe Champions League next season.
But he may not be playing in Europe. He may be warming the bench up in Romania.
If you were playing for Newcastle, yeah, and you potentially coming on playing for a Champions League team next year, would you go to Forest? Let's be honest. Come on, he's probably on a decent salary as well.
All right, would you go to Spurs? Because you don't look like you're getting top four, mate.
That's a different conversation.
They'll shut you up. But
the thing is,
I'm not saying. Listen. You two are missing the point. I'm saying, is this the type of player Forest need?
Is that not what you bought Owoni for, though?
Yeah.
To do that. He's the big, strong
Owoni's
guy.
not a holder-upper, man. He's a running behind kind of striker, which we're using him completely wrong for. I'm now talking about, I mean, Ryu raises a good point. He went from, it was Millwall, wasn't it, to Leicester? I don't know. Let's see what the vote is saying on this one. 58% saying no, 42% saying yes. Get your votes and I'll leave it open a little longer. I'm not fully against it, but he is so not my type of player.
Yeah. But is he Cooper's type? I mean, that's the thing. I don't really know what Cooper's style of play is per se. I mean,
it's counter-attack. It's counter-attack. Get it down the wings, low crosses in, put it in.
He's a poor man's Mourinho and Conte. That's what I'd say. He probably is reading the Conte book, but he kind of did it with more style last season, if I'm honest with you. I don't know, man. I kind of think it would work, but it's not my style of player. What are the guys saying in the chat here? They're going to sign more stickers. Wake up saying Felix or João Pedro. Well, definitely not Pedro. He's got a massive injury now, so he's out. Spacebar saying Wood has scored 6 goals against Leicester. It's warming to me. Matt saying, if you need a plan B striker, we're on plan F for Christ's sake. Anyone who can hit a barn door with one foot and keeps their eyes open when they're about to head the ball would be great. Simon saying we're desperate. Dino saying Coops doesn't play a striker now. That's a very good point. I'd rather have him at centre back than Cookies, says Martin. Cooper is Pep in Man City's Champions League knockout games. I would take that, mate. I would actually take that. But he overthinks everything. NFFC 1865 says Cooper plays same as England, plays, gets batters, and hopes to nick a goal. That you know what? That you're spot on. I'm sorry, but the style currently of Cooper is Southgate. I don't think anyone can argue that, and Simon backs that up with that.
Vanilla.
You reckon Chris Wood can play on the left wing? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. How about Marinakis, manager, and Cooper, owner? My God, man. Do you think he'd fit in the dugout? Love you, Greek further. Freuler needs pushing forward, not deeper and deeper. We'll get into all of that, guys. When I tell you we've got content, you could literally park yourself in front of YouTube for the next 4 days and you won't be able to watch all the content that's coming out. Stuff like that is being covered. In fact, we covered that in the Grumpy Old Reds podcast. If you haven't already listened to it, I'm sure Ryu or Omai will chuck the link in for you. Please make sure you're following that and listening to the episodes. You have so much content available to you on Forest Fan TV. A couple more comments and then let's get into the Newcastle scores. Taylor says Nottingham Forest need at least a draw or a win to make sure they will not drop to 20th of Southampton win. Southampton are not going to win. 4141 says Andy. Wood on the left, Woney on the right. Oh, god damn it, man. Spacebar says keep in touch with Everton. That's what you need to do. And there's the link tree. If you guys click on that, it's got all the links you need for everything towards the content. I'm backing my soft spot team here. I'm gonna give them a 4-2 win. I think it's gonna be quite an entertaining game. I think it's gonna be entertaining. What have you two gone?
I've gone for an hour 2-1 Newcastle.
And guys, what did you go in the chat? Remind me again of your scorelines. Hi Nael. What did you go, bro?
I went to that win-win-win thing is going to look like the Saudi flag when we talk about this next week. It's 2-0 for me.
2-0, all green. Can we get Newcastle to be the first team on here with a full set of greens? That will be interesting for the next episode. All right, let's move on into Brighton Arsenal. Now, I still haven't seen the Arsenal game. I was surprised they went behind, but did either of you catch it? And what you think? This is a tough one.
Yeah, go on, Twist.
I mean, yeah, Arsenal didn't play as good against who did they lose to? Who did they play? West Ham. They conceded early. They still played good football. I mean, they're not got Jesus anymore. And Kedia came in and scored a good goal, turned on the ball, nicely finished. They've been linked with a number of strikers now, so they look like they're going to go and buy someone to replace Jesus while he's out. This, for me, is a completely different game than the West Ham one, though. Brighton have picked up their form again since the new managers come in. They demolished Southampton away. They beat Chelsea before the World Cup, so they're coming in with good form. This is, for me, is hopefully the downturn of Arsenal. I'm actually going to go for a Brighton win on this one.
Man, you've been praying for this for a while, man.
Yeah, big time.
But you haven't been having your prayers answered.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Mate, you still not impressed with Arsenal, or have you changed your mind a bit?
Still not impressed with Arsenal. No. Do you know what? They went to sleep.
Spurs fan not impressed with Arsenal. Shock horror. Go on.
No, they went to sleep in the first half against West Ham. It could have looked very much different, I think. They got a couple of lucky goals from my perspective. Odegaard having a shot from outside the box that just bobbles straight to Saka. I mean, then they kind of turned it on a little bit after that. West Ham fell apart. But Brighton, I like them as a team. I like how they play. I still feel like they're playing the sort of Potter way. They're doing well. I know I'm not going to regret this, but I think they're going to draw.
I got a warning putting Brighton in to win 2-1 there. It's pretty
seriously.
Yeah.
Guys in the chat, who are you going for? Matt's gone 2-0 Arsenal. Bobby's going 0-0. Martin's gone 1-1. By the way, where was that Forest Double R guy? Did he respond and did I miss it? I don't know. And we got over 60 of you in here. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're putting your predictions in. The link will be given to you very shortly by one of my mods in the chat, no doubt. Where are we? 1865 saying, seems a salty Spurs fan, to be honest. I'm not going to argue with that one. Simple one trying to convince himself. And Arsenal didn't sleep in the first half against West Ham. They made a lot of chances, but just didn't finish them.
Isn't that a Chelsea fan?
He's a Chelsea fan, yeah.
Typical Chelsea fan.
2-0 says damn. And 1865 says Arsenal have been fantastic. Only issue is their depth. I think the depth is crazy. There he is. How are you, Joshua? Spelling's never been my strong point. Yeah, I know, bro, but come on, Forest. It's not. I'm not asking you to spell me big dysentery. Anyone in the chat, do you know how to spell me big dysentery? I'll be impressed. Anyway, let's get back to the screen and have a look at this one. I think it is going to be tight, and I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0. And then that narrow 1-0. And we finally get on to Tottenham half Spurs. Big shout out to Expressions for this Tottenham half Spurs. I mean, you got to respect Expressions, mate. He tells it as it is. That's why I really like him. Are you on his side or are you on Conte's side, Mo? As you take on Aston Villa. And just to remind you, Ant says North London is red.
Listen, like,
wait. Scores, guys. Spurs versus Vanilla. Who's winning this one? Go on, man.
Listen, like do you know what? I literally miss the World Cup when I'm watching Spurs. It was just diabolical. And the person that summed it up the most was Dyer himself with his terrible defending. And I'm hearing that we're not even planning to get a centre back over the January window. I don't know what's going on. Apparently, they're waiting until the summer. That's why I can't blame Conte at this stage. He's not.
How can you not blame Conte after what you said about Cooper, man?
Because Cooper got backed. And Conte is not getting backed. He needs.
You at the start of the window were saying, we've done our business early. Everything's in. Yes, we even got your Jed Spence off you. And now you're freaking flip-flopping away.
I'm not flip-flopping. I'm just, look, we did some business early, but we never finished the business. That was the problem. And we need to finish that. We need
Nick, I'm sorry, Nick. Wasn't he saying he was done? He was happy with the squad?
I think you were. I think you were pretty happy with the squad. I mean, look, the problem with Spurs is, why are they just doing the same thing every game? How many games in a row? 7 or 8 games where they've gone behind and have to come back into these games. You can't keep giving up these leads and expecting to win and get Champions League. I mean, some of the blame has to be on Conte at this point. The mentality he sends them out with is just wrong. You can't just keep going out and just conceding these early goals and then deciding, oh, we better start playing now and expect to get to the Champions League. So,
can you argue with that, Mo?
It is true that, if he's not getting backed right now, then he potentially should be looking to change a formation or change something to suit the players that he has better now. But it's now January. Yeah, it's basically January now. He needs a centre-back desperately. He's obviously not happy with Spence, so they need to bring him a right wing back.
Free Spence.
And we need another sort of attacking outlet. And because once one of those guys gets injured, like Kulusevski was out for a couple of months before Christmas, we suffered big time. He's back now, but now Richarlison's gone. So it's just so frustrating.
Biggest problem is you're Cooper 2.0 from the start of the season playing a back three. Get out of this back three crap.
Yeah, there's an argument to be had to that he may need to change it up. If he doesn't get backed in this window, he needs to change it up. But I'm just confused. To be honest, I'm more annoyed at the owners. Like, if they're not going to back him, they know exactly who they were bringing in. They know what style of play, what formation he plays, and what he likes. So if you're not going to buy the players for it, what's the point in bringing him in? Honestly, they need to back him. For me, like, we're just going to sort of plod our way through this until we make some signings. I've gone for a draw here, to be honest. I mean, Villa the other day were playing damn well against Liverpool.
Yeah.
They lost 3-1, but that could have easily been a draw at least. For me, I think we're just going to squeeze a draw, score draw.
And what is going on with Conte's contract? Because he's out of contract in the season.
He's gone. He's not going to resign.
Yeah, they're negotiating it right now. But I mean, obviously, he probably can't put an actual tangible clause that says you need to back me X, Y, Z. But they need to back him, and I'm sure those discussions are taking place right now. Let's see what they do in January. Apparently, the centre backs are not coming in until the summer. So, to me, I don't know why we're wasting time. We're not gonna finish top 4 at this rate.
You're sleeping your way into Europa, mate. And just very quickly, Nottingham now and then, good to have you in here, guys. Go on Instagram and follow him for all your historical information about Nottingham. Some great content there. Oh my, I'm sure we'll put the link in the chat for those of you who just want to be lazy and click it. Go give him a follow at the very least. Mo, I'm sorry, I can't let it go because Ant said here, the simple one is doing exactly what he accused Forest fans of doing, blind faith in a failing manager.
Yeah, the difference being that Conte has actually won multiple things. He knows how to do it. He uses
Mourinho won multiple things you got rid.
Yeah, that's true. To be honest, I wasn't in the Jose out crew either. To be honest, it's just more about the owners for me. They just need to back the manager. They know who they're bringing in. They know what formation he plays. To compare Cooper to Conte is outrageous. I mean, where do I start with that?
No, he's comparing the situation, man, not the manager.
We're 4th in the league, mate. You're 19th. Come to me once we're a bit further down that league.
See, that's the thing.
Anyway,
as bad as
wait, Nick, before you jump in, I got a big my boy out. So he's unbelievably generous with the £10 donation. Last one for this year. Thank you so much, man. Have yourself and everyone in here have yourselves a great new year. as we are around the corner from the new year. But you've been too generous in your support, and we love you and we appreciate you, mate. You're so kind. Sorry, Nick, I interrupted you, but Nottingham Now and Then is more important than you, so go on.
That's fair enough. What I was saying, look, Forest, I mean, Spurs have been playing pretty bad, but like I said, they've been getting the results. And like Simple says, they're fourth in the league still. They're ahead of Man U. They're getting the results. They're grinding them out. It's not pretty. And they're having to come back in these games. But if you can keep digging out these results, the only problem I see with Conte is his stubbornness. His stubbornness not to play Spence. His stubbornness not to change formation. His stubborn not to go a bit more attacking early on in games and not concede these early ones, maybe get a lead for themselves. But I feel like Simple says, he is a proven winner. And he, like I say, he's stubborn and he loves this three at the back with the wing backs. And the wing backs have said it all season. The wing backs in this three at the back formation are the keyest two players on the pitch. And he just hasn't found the right ones. Why he's not playing Spence, I have no idea. But if he can maybe bring in a couple in the January thing, things might turn around for Spurs. So I won't be Conte out yet if I was a Spurs fan.
Well, Mo, just a quick question, just sidestepping from Conte. Tanganga, he got linked to Forest quite heavily in the summer. And he played for you the other day and he looked absolute shit. Do you rate him?
Do you know what? When he gets a string of games together, he actually plays pretty decent. I don't mind him at all. I just think that he just gets chucked in, once every 10 games. And then he's going to come in cold every time. But when he did have a period playing a bunch of games together, he looked pretty solid. I don't mind him too much. He's still young. Still got to develop. He just needs that time. Maybe a loan might not be bad for both teams.
Is he still young? How old is he? I feel like he's been around a long time now.
24, I would guess, something like that. 24-ish. Simon's fully backing him. I mean, I do agree. I just like winding up
23.
my brother on it, but it's like he is a good player, but he's just rotting right now. It's probably what's happening to Spence, the poor chap, in there as well. He is decent. I would have taken him in the side. Do you know what? I'd fucking take half his leg over Steve Cook right now. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but they wanted 24 mil for him in the summer. Surely his price is going down. I don't know. Someone here who asked about win the cup and go down. Where was it? I'm just going to put this one to bed. I don't know if Omai can see it, but it was here somewhere. And sorry, I can't find the message, but someone asked, win the cup and go down. No, it's all about staying up for Forest. I couldn't give a shit about the cup. Okay, just very quick.
Once you've stabilized yourself in the Premier League.
I'd rather have that. Simple one. Conte will win nothing at Spuds. Fancy a £50 bet?
There's not much left to win. I mean, what you got?
Hey, we're still in the Champions League, mate.
Oh, true. It was you, Dan, was it? Yeah, I couldn't care about if you said cup, if you could win the cup the next 10 years in a row, or we stay in the Premier League, stay up. That's my thoughts on it. All right, let's get these scores in. I'm gonna go for a draw here.
I've gone a draw as well, to be honest. Villa looked pretty impressive against Liverpool.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like a 2-all. Guys in the chat, what did you go here? Spurs versus Villa. I know I asked you earlier, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna go 2-all for this one. And then let's talk about the main event, Mafia, man.
This should be quick. This should be really
Forest quick. Chelsea. Now, before you guys start saying your weird crap, I'm sorry, Forest are a different animal at the City Ground. You got to at least admit that.
No, I'll give you that 100%. I mean, whether it's down to the atmosphere, the attitude of the players, but it's a completely different ball game when home and away for Forest is night and day, basically. I mean, the biggest loss you've had was only by 2 goals against Spurs, and you probably played better than Spurs on the day on that game. So, yeah, the results have obviously been better, and that's mainly down to the fans. You've got to give it to them. It's become a hostile place to go, and no away team wants to go there at the moment. Now,
but it's just, that pisses me off. Not the fans, obviously. I love the fans. It pisses me off when you think about it logically that the fans are the ones who have to get a rise out of the players. It's nonsensical that we have to do the work. One, that should be coming from the players themselves. Firstly, I hold them responsible for that. And then secondly, the manager should be motivating them to do that. But and it's clear that it's the fans that are motivating them. And it's just not acceptable. Why can't the players self-motivate themselves instead of sitting there counting their cash? It has to come from them to start with. So just doing it at home because the crowd are crazy good is not acceptable whatsoever. And that's why we're seeing the shit away from home. But at home, this is a different ballpark. It's a different ballpark. And Simon's trying to give himself full credit on there. He was on Match of the Day when MG Dub scored his goal. MG Dub went and hugged him, basically, in the crowd. He was the first one there. Anyway, fun fact for you guys there. But do you guys get what I'm saying? And do you guys in the chat get what I'm saying? It's clear, isn't it? They're not motivated by themselves. That's my silence means one of you should really start talking.
The thing is, though, it's natural for a team to play better at home, and generally, statistically, that's what happens. But obviously, the thing is, you're saying it's a different animal at home. But I'm looking at a home and away table right now. Nottingham Forest 15th playing at home.
Yeah, and away,
they're dead bottom.
There you go. Thank you very much. But you've just proved my point. As funny as you found my point, you proved my point.
If you're happy with 15th, but I know you'll probably take.
I will take fucking 15th at the end of the day. Right now, I'll take
goals against, though. I mean, there's a lot difference in them. I mean, they just capitulate away from home. At least.
What's the goal difference? Why you got that up, Mo? Home and away.
So at home, you're -1.
Seriously.
Away, you're -21.
So, guys, just because this mic's shit, and you might have at home, our goal difference is -1, and away from home, it's minus what? 20?
21.
21. Hey, you know, that just pisses me off hearing that. It just, and that was in 3 games basically, in the Man City, Arsenal, and the Leicester game. It's, you know what, he does make the point, because we can't hide behind Boring Mouth and the Mitrovic FC games, but that stat is crazy, man. That stat is absolutely crazy. It really is. But does that not show you that at home we are harder to break down? Nick, I know you agree with that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you play some big boys. I mean, you played Liverpool, you beat them. Dogged performance against them. You Spurs in the League Cup, you beat them. I mean, like I said, the Spurs game in the league, even though you lost that game.
Spurs third team.
All right, I'm talking about the league game.
No, it wasn't. You had your shitter Kane in there.
Exactly. I mean, they've shown it against the big boys. They can stay in the game. That's all about these teams at the bottom end of the league. It's all about staying in the game as long as possible, and they just don't do that away from home. But at home, it's a different game. So, bringing it back to this one, look, Chelsea, we've not been impressed with all season. You're playing them at a semi-good time, because they're obviously going to go into the January window and spend big, because they've got money to spend. They're not going to have a striker in against you, and this one is going to be probably Havertz again. So they did get a win against Boring Mouth, but that's nothing special there. So, like you said, you've got a chance. You got a chance this game. Now, I'm leaning towards a draw or a loss for you. I don't think you actually beat them, but you got a chance to pick up some points there. I'll give you that much.
Go on, Twist. Sounds like you're backing a Chelsea win here. I think you should a Forest win. I think you should go for a Forest win.
I ain't got that much confidence, man.
Okay.
I agree with a lot of what you said. I think, and I can't wait to speak to Charlie later when it's FFTV versus CFC TV. But their recruitment has been so freaking haphazard for me. I feel this Yankee that's come in has just been like a kid in a sweet shop. Oh, I've heard of this player before, Raheem Sterling, even though he's shit. Let's go buy him. Oh, I've heard of this other player. Let's go buy him. Oh, Aubameyang. Let's get him. Cucurella. 50 million. Let's rip ourselves off. You know, it's just pathetic the way they've gone about their business. And we will be speaking to Charlie about this, quite frankly, later on. So don't miss it. That'll be at 8:30 tonight. But it's just like, then they get Harry Potter in as manager, and you think, you know what, he did a good job at Brighton, yeah? But I'm not is this job too big for him? Again, I'll be asking Charlie that later. Has he got the charisma? Has he got that presence about him that he can take on the Chelsea job? I'm not convinced yet. But in terms of this game, I see them as a bit of a team that are like a bunch of individuals that haven't gelled. And they're scraping their results because they do. Obviously, there is slight similarities to Forest, but obviously they've got kind of higher starlit players, and they can get the odd individual performance here and there, and the odd kind of whip crack goal. But they're not gelled, man. They're far from gelled. We have a shot at this one.
Same story every week. Again, these are not the teams that you're going to be beating to stay up. I don't think.
We beat Liverpool.
Liverpool are completely dead in the water at that point. They've turned it around since then. But yeah, I can't see much other than a Chelsea win here. Sorry to break your hearts. Look forward to the Southampton game. That's going to be your 6-pointer right there, and your call for if Cooper should stay or not. For me, this is a banker Chelsea win.
I don't think you say these ain't the games that you should be getting points from, but I feel like this is the kind of game where you got to be.
I'm saying should, but they won't.
I mean, this is your chance. I mean, you're not, like I said, you're not going to play Chelsea at probably a better time. You play them.
Nick, please stop saying like I fucking said, man. Seriously.
Like I said, I don't know, but I just feel like this is the game where you're playing them at the right time. You got to be thinking, going into the game with the attitude of taking something out of these kind of games. So you can't keep just knocking the tin down the road and saying, "Oh, we'll get on the next one. We'll do it when we play Southampton. We'll do it when we play Fulham." You can't keep doing that. You've got to be getting results in these games. It's the Premier League, for God's sake. Half the league you could write off and say, "Oh, this game's pointless. Then we're not going to win it. We'll win on the next one." No, you got to be getting points in these games. So I don't know.
You know what? As much as I can't stand you, I can't not but agree with you, because you can't keep kicking the can down the road, man. At some point, the road's going to run out. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we'd gone into the Liverpool game with that attitude, oh, let's just give him the 3 points. We wouldn't have got the 3 points. And to say these aren't the games that are going to keep us in the Premier League or not, well, that Liverpool game may well keep us in the freaking Premier League. So you can't put Liverpool in one bracket, who have won the Premier League, and Chelsea, who are similar in terms of their stature, in the other bracket. And we're at home. We can't go in there with that attitude. Even if we lose, the attitude has to be right, and you have to try and win the match. You can't go in there and just... That's my thoughts on it. That argument really does piss me off. I understand it to a certain extent, yeah? But every team that survives has those games, 2, 3, 5 of them a season, where they get a result that they are not expected to get, and they have to get that. And I don't care if the points come. For me, the 3 points shouldn't be attached to the team. The 3 points is 3 points. Doesn't matter who we're playing against. You still try for the 3 points. If you lose, you lose. So be it. You move on. But don't write the game off before we've gone into it.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like we're both going for a Forest win. So I think you should put your money where your mouth is.
Well, I'm going for a Chelsea, man. Again, I'm doing things different today. I'm sorry, I'm doing things different today.
I saw you tried this philosophy before.
I did it against Liverpool. I gave Liverpool a win, and we got the win. So maybe.
It's a twist. Do you actually believe him that he's reverse psychology? He's just trying to. He's like 10th in the league table here. He's just trying to be realistic.
Crawl up the table, man.
No, we've got to look at the context here. We've got to look at the context. Forest are just playing like headless.
You say that, but I said it on the podcast. And if you guys want to hear Ant's prediction, Ez's prediction, go listen to the podcast after this. But I am worried. I really am worried. Yeah, I'm not going to be one of these freaking happy clappers that is there hiding behind the results and saying it's going to come good and everything. You got to be a bit. I still think we finished fucking 4th. But I don't know, man. It's got to be. I don't think. Look, I can see Spacebar and Simon having a debate over 40 points. 40 points, man. Let's get to 30 and then figure out how we get to the 40 mark. Yeah, but I don't think 40 is going to be the benchmark today. I don't. I think. The survival number this season. There's too many shit teams in the league. And that's probably what's going to save us.
I think it's been lower the last few seasons. I think it's been, mid. to
Yeah,
high
and there's
30s.
enough shitters. You look at Everton are crap, Wolves are crap, Southampton are crap, Bournemouth are crap, and there's always a team every single year that drops like a rock from the top. So,
And there's always a team that comes up like a Newcastle.
yeah, exactly. Maybe that's going to be us. I hope it is. Guys in the chat, what did you put your predictions as? Let's have a look at this game and see what you guys. Let's see who the turncoats are. Are there any fellow turncoaters in here? There's a lot of Forest backing it. Easter Dread's gone 4-1. One Tree 2 Stars gone 3-1. Chew's gone 2-1. Red Raz 2-1. A lot of 2-1s to Forest. Omai's gone 2-0. Ez has gone 1-0 to Forest. Sharky's gone 1-0. Ant sitting on the fence. Ez went 1-0 Forest. I'm surprised to see that. So where's Omai? He went 2-0. Ant's gone 1-0. Nick, I'm outing you here. I don't see you in the Forest W column.
I had 1-1 in there. I swear. I had 1-1 in there and I changed
And
it.
then Mo pushed you over the edge. Simon's gone 1-1 as well.
All that big talk, and he's gone Chelsea. Look at Ant, man.
He hasn't been big talking, man. I know he's nearly as depressed as me at the moment. DJ's gone 1-0. Let's ignore what I said. Kel's gone 2-1. Oh, another turncoat, and there's the two idiots right there holding hands with 3. You went from 1-1 to 3-1, Nick.
I want the points, man. I want that 3 points for it.
He literally just copied me. He heard my words of wisdom and copied my scoreline. And look at that plastic fan, Ant, right there, 1-1. After all that big talk as well.
I'll be 1-1 as well.
It didn't, I'm surprised. Ant did say 3-0, I think, the other day against Man U, was it?
He went 3-0, for Man U. He's a full turncoat, man.
Maybe he's right then. Maybe they might get a draw. Who knows?
No, but he went on the predictor. He went 1-1.
I guess I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea then.
All right, let's have a quick look. Yeah, so did Simon. He went 3-0 freaking turncoat. He's double turncoated, isn't he? He's gone for the fence sitting. All right, let's have a quick look at the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Twist, you're looking at, well, I can't even do the math on that. 18-point lead? Huh?
The 2 people with the most knowledge in this place are the non-Forest fans. I mean,
no, it's not that. It's the 2 people that don't have to back Forest to win every week. Have the most points. It's not hard, man. It's not hard.
Even Ant doesn't back Forest. He's lost complete faith.
Yeah, but he don't know shit about football, man. Anyway, let's have a quick rundown of some big movers. Young Man's moved up to 7th. Where the frick? Oh my god, I'm down to 13th with 118 points. I've still got the captain's armband. I'm like Worrell, man, being dropped, but still got the armband. We're with a big mover. Bet MMA with a big move up into the top 10. Red Raz down 3. Adam down 2. Any big movers in the bottom half of the table? Lovely Jubbly up 5 places. Oh my, on the move, nearly breaking into the top 20. Shout out to JP. He's into the top 20. Kel, big move, 7 places up. Southpaw Red, astaghfirullah, is down 10 places. Tomic going down 2. DJ up 3. Forest Forever up 4. Sharky crashing down a couple of places. Forest and down to 28th.
28. He's in the championship over there.
these lot from 20th down, you're in the championship. And the rest of you are kind of jostling for position there. So can Twist be caught up this week is the question. Let's see some of these comments you guys are chucking up. Let's bring it all up. So Man's gone 3-2 to Forest. Steve saying we'll concede. Their attack is too quick. 2-1 to Forest. Spacebar saying last year was 37 went down. Oh my god. Ant sees a lot of games. 2-1 says Mark. And admitting the truth, he knows nothing. And then Jason says I'm up 10 spots to 75. Only done 2 weeks. GG's, Jason. Well done, mate. You're going to overtake a lot of the crappers underneath you soon. Keep getting those predictions in. We're going to wrap up there, guys. We have FFTV versus Chelsea Fan TV tonight at 8:30. Do not miss that. We'll be getting under the hood in the showdown and figuring out exactly the secrets behind the Chelsea team. Don't forget, the WhatsApp link is available as well to get your videos and thoughts in, which we'll be putting onto the live streams and some compilation videos because this is Forest Fan TV. Emphasis on the word fan. What else I need to tell you about? Go listen to the Grumpy Old Reds if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, all the usual bollocks that I have to say at the end of the YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tonight at 8:30. Come on, you Reds.